Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Before and After the with your Sheila, as always, Queen Krazy K. Be sure to hit that like, share, follow, subscribe on that Instagram, YouTube button, totally free. With support my channels, enjoy what I'm doing for you guys, and that you guys enjoy what I'm doing for you guys. In this half an hour podcast, we're gonna cover over what happened in this last week of what you need to know and what you want to know, and it's gonna get to know. Now, not this past Monday Night Raw, because tomorrow's Friday Night SmackDown, so we're not ready for that. I'm talking about this a week ago, past week, half an hour Raw and SmackDown podcast that I'm doing here. So just so we're clear on what's happening, what's going on, so you know what I'm talking about, why I'm talking about, and all that good stuff. And you can also like, you can share, you can follow, and subscribe on both Instagram and YouTube, and check out my other Triple Threat Before and After That podcast. You can check out my fan or my hater music video. You can watch my takeouts, and you can watch my video game 2K 2022 video games that I put on there, and all that good stuff. Why you should follow and subscribe while I'm telling you. And you can watch this half an hour podcast and understand what's happening, what's going on right now as we get this talked about and discussed. Now, with that being said, where I'm gonna watch the top 10 from this past Monday Night Raw, and as that's going, I will, talk about what's happening and what's going on. Basically, a reaction. It's just why the reaction's happening. I will give my opinion and thoughts on it. That's part of a reaction for Monday Night Raw, anyhow. But then I will show you my top Raw based on you guys' videos and stuff like that. So, with that being said, let's jump and get right into it. So this is Chad Gaberson and AJ Styles in his singles action. The phenomenal AJ Styles, just too sweet, picking up a victory over Chad Gaberson just like that. Too sweet. OC. When AJ Styles picking a victory up over the Academy, Chad Gaberson and Io Shirai, the other half of the Tag Team Women's Champions. Genius of the Sky picking up a victory over Kansas LeRae, much like the week before that Dakota Kai did. After she got her revenge from that interview in WWE matches with Alexa Bliss in them, and Akira with the Judgment Day pass. And you see that, and that is why the OC beat the Judgment Day for cheating over Akira in that tag team match on Monday Night Raw, along with Mia Yang chasing in the parking lot of Rhea Ripley for getting involved in that situation. And this is the A-list offer. This is the when Dexter and the Miz and Double Money or Nothing happened, and Adam Pearce made sure the Miz knows you're not running away with Dexter's money just as much as Dexter beats you to earn a WWE Raw contract for that money, whether the Double and Nothing happens or not. When Johnny Guerrero beat you at the Raw went out there in that match from assaulting you in the match, exposing you as a liar, and drag you into the crowd when you try to cheat him from that match. Because you had the situation that was happening with that. You had, you know, Io Shirai and Dakota Kai, Tag Team Women's Champion. They attacked Candice LeRae, and you saw Bianca Belair, Candice LeRae, and Liv Morgan winning over Damage Control in a six-man match for Io Shirai beating Candice LeRae in a singles match. Now, with Dakota Kai being there, she did get her revenge for attacking her in that interview, as far as that went with her and Alexa Bliss in a tag team match. And when they saw her, the EST and them with Becky Lynch returning, got their revenge at War Game and on Monday Night Raw for what they did a few weeks ago before that. Now, when you have the situation where here Dexter won his WWE contract against The Miz, despite The Miz trying to win out with his money, and the double or nothing match as far as that go, putting Johnny Gargano on the table, lying to him, exposed him for lying, drug him into the crowd, and over the commentary as far as that go to get his revenge. AJ Styles beat. That's just too sweet of a dance show along with OC over the or Judgment Day. Sorry, damn show Judgment Day getting all confused over Judgment Day for them cheating that match with Akira, who won, over Baron Corbin in that poker game match despite Baron Corbin. The single match, Drew McIntyre's ending Baron Corbin's streak by beating him in a singles match to make that more clear as far as that situation goes. Giving the W Universe their hard money that they paid for a ticket to watch the show and giving them gifts as the season of giving, not wanting, giving back to the W Universe, making it once and for all a one-on-one fair and square situation as far as that goes. And as far as my opinions and thoughts, that's pretty damn good. Give you a chance to give you an opportunity. Look, he's giving you an opportunity to fight for what you want and what you need. Talk about the season of giving. That cannonball he had was a damn t-shirt launcher for the WWE Universe to enjoy the teddy bears, the shirts, the monies, the gifts, the views, the wrestling match, and the A-list show is Monday Night Raw. Every Monday night on USA Network, or Peacock, or YouTube like I watch, or WWE exclusive after Raw, after SmackDown went off air with WWE exclusive Elias doing a little concert for Matt Riddle with the original song as far as that goes. Against the Academy, when he got Otis back for what he did to Elias, and then Chad won the match, so they beat them, the Academy, in the tag team match. Street Profits came back and beat the Academy in a tag team match with the Musical Girls, and bringing all the action on Monday Night Raw as far as that situation goes, and as far as, being even and about square. All about the money, the songs, the domination matches, the TV shows, the broadcast, all that good stuff. You take the drums, the maracas, the guitar, you name it. I have a pair of drums and electric guitar right over there, and they're awesome. And then you've seen Solo and Sami Zayn. Now, Solo won the match over Elias, destroyed. After Solo won the match against Elias, Kevin Owens tried to get involved, which is why he destroyed Matt Riddle. Won the tag team match with the Usos, who tried to attack him after the match was over. And the W Live against the Berlin Brothers before in the first place at Crown Jewel. And Kevin Owens reminded Elias, we are not friends with the Stunner for what he's done in the past to him. And here's Becky Lynch getting her revenge on Io Shirai for attacking her last week, let alone Dakota Kai on tonight on Monday Night Raw for what they did to her in the WWE Universe. Now remember, Dakota Kai and Io Shirai skewed Becky Lynch and have an opportunity. So Becky Lynch got her revenge on Dakota, who scooted out of Raw Championship, Io Shirai, who tried to attack her with the WWE Universe backstage. Let alone watching Alexa Bliss reverse the EST for the Roman Championship belt, then Bayley showing the EST that she is not your friend, she is not your tag team partner, she is your enemy, and she only cares about her Raw Women's Championship belt being around her waist, and she showed that very clear. And Dominic getting on the apron, Oxa showed him, you want to be a blue Smurf, keep getting on there, and I'll make you a blind Smurf, even though Rhea Ripley did get the dominating Nightmare last laugh over Oxa as far as that situation go. And the EST as Rollins champion doing the right thing, showing that Alexa Bliss is the woman to verse you, and she is that goddess that sneaky, that naive, that destructive person. She's a Raw Women's Champion, a SmackDown Women's Champion, Miss Money in the Bank. She's been crazy since she's been with, the Feed, Bray Wyatt, and Lily, and all this other stuff. That Alexa Bliss is better off being your enemy for the Raw Women's Championship belt, and then she's not your partner or your friend, and she made that very clear. Like I told you, don't trust her as far as you can throw her. That anybody could be your enemy, especially your friends. I mean, look what happened with Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. They were best friends, and now they're better enemy as far as versing each other than with each other's team. So what makes you think Bianca Belair and Alexa Bliss will be the same thing? It makes perfect sense that when that championship is on the line, it can make you cross that path and make you a different person and a different status against the person you thought cared about you and then doesn't. And Alexa Bliss with that craziness, kind of shocking a Raw Women's Champion. The EST didn't know what that was about. Saying that I'm sorry that we're still friends. And EST let her know, I don't trust you as far as I can throw you in. I'm the Raw Women's Champion, EST all day, every day. And no matter who it is, she will remain the Raw Women's Champion. Doesn't look forward to losing it against anybody anytime soon. Seth freaking Rollins winning the opportunity to verse Theory for the United States Championship once for all against the almighty Bobby Lashley, despite him spearing the referee in their brawl. Now, Bobby Lashley and Seth Rollins are fighting and being shut up. You should have security guards to take Bobby and Seth from fighting each other, not an official that is not certified to get hurt within that moment when two guys are wanting to beat the hell out of each other. And Seth Rollins won the United States Championship opportunity against Theory. Bobby Lashley, you can understand his frustrations that he should have been the one to do. He got screwed over again. It took out the referee that should have been doing his job. Adam Pearce had no business putting his hands on Bobby Lashley any more than Bobby Lashley did to him. He lost his cool just as much as him. So the almighty Bobby Lashley deserves to be a WWE superstar in Monday Night Raw, just as well as Adam Pearce deserves to be a manager in Monday Night Raw. They both put their hands on each other. They both lost their cool, and they both. If Adam Pearce is going to be a boss, losing his cool, putting his hands on people, why not losing his cool, putting his hands on people? The almighty Bobby Lashley be a WWE superstar in Monday Night Raw. As far as that goes, and Seth Rollins is the number one contender for the United States Championship opportunity against Theory. As far as that goes. And then these, like I said with the Adam Pearce and Bobby Lashley situation, Bobby Lashley and Adam Pearce. Bobby Lashley as a superstar, Adam Pearce as a boss, Becky Lynch against Damage Control for Trinidad Raw and Championship opportunity, let alone, trying to get involved with her in the W Universe connection last week. The EST, whether to defend her Raw and Championship against Alexa Bliss than Bayley, who she's already done and beat over a dozen times. I mean, how many more times does she have to beat before you realize, hey, move it along? That would be, the Raw results and my top Raw videos and opinions and thoughts based on that. And then that would bring you to, I did my Raw predictions as well, and SmackDown predictions and so forth. You saw my Raw and SmackDown predictions on my predictions and results with War Game, my predictions on some Raw over the last 2 weeks. It was Raw prediction over the 1 week. It was War Game prediction over the 2nd week. It was my Newsville prediction over the 3rd week. And then this one over this last Raw week. And Raw results and top videos. Now this is my SmackDown view. Heat Row wins an opportunity in the Fatal 4-Way Tag Team match, along with Gunther, Intercontinental Champion, over Ricochet, and then Damage Control remaining the Tag Team Champion because of Xia Li getting involved. Now, I thought it was Nikki Cross because she did the same thing before at the War Game, but it turned out to be Xia Li, allowing the Tag Team Women's Champion to be Io Shirai and Dakota Kai, but not over with between Shayna Baszler, Ronda Rousey, Raquel, and Liv Morgan for that Tag Team match. along with off of NXT, who joined Lamar with NMR because Raquel is injured right now. I also see Tamina and an opportunity in a WWE Live match as well, and that's what I was talking about. It was kind of a weird tag team, but they won that. And Apollo Crews, he was on out of character as he's joined NXT now. And Bryson Waller, who is on Saved After the Bell, is a part of After the Bell now. I've seen him on NXT and, boxer. That's what he reminds me of. Wrestling, athletic superstar, on there dominate. Apollo Crews, former Intercontinental United States champion, and now he's a part of NXT and looking forward to dominate like he's been doing since he's been on NXT. Now this right here, as far as that goes, I was trying to get to the Bobby Lashley. Like I said with Bobby Lashley and Adam Pearce, they both were in the wrong as far as that goes. It's not okay for Adam Pearce to lose his cool and put his hands on anybody else in the ring. I mean, if he can lose his cool and still be a boss even though he was unprofessional, why can't Bobby Lashley lose his cool unprofessionally and still be a WWE superstar? If Adam Pearce puts his hands on WWE superstar, don't expect the WWE superstar not to put his hands back on you. Adam Pearce is still a manager on Monday Night Raw who lost his actions and let the emotions get the best of him, and it was unprofessional, uncalled for. Adam Pearce should not be a manager on Monday Night Raw as far as his actions, putting his hands on a WWE superstar, and his words on Monday Night Raw unprofessionally on Raw. But since he is, why can't the action of Bobby Lashley only defending himself because someone put his hands on him, let alone a referee can't do his job? Why don't Adam Pearce as a boss get a referee that can do his job? Then Bobby Lashley wouldn't have nothing to be mad about. He could be the number one contender for the United States Championship instead of Seth Rollins in theory. And he lost his cool his emotions just as much as him, so what makes it any better for a boss to do it than it is for a superstar to do it? If the boss can lose his cool, put his hands on people, so can the superstar. They both was out wrong, they both was at fault, they both did and said some things that they, shouldn't have, and they did. But the point is, Adam Pearce is trying to make it look like it's all Bobby Lashley's fault, and it's not. No matter who you are, whether you're a manager or the boss, you have no business putting your hands on your employees. Or foul language with them when you should have been talking to them one-on-one in a professional room with just the two of you, instead of making a big deal, getting everybody involved and making it into a bigger situation than what it had to be. It should have been Seth Rollins, United States Championship opportunity against Theory. Then after that, Adam Pearce being the boss, putting Bobby Lashley in line for United States Championship opportunity as far as that goes, because he had no business putting his hands on a W superstar any more than the referee belonged being out there to get his hands put on him by a W superstar, because that is what security guards are for. That is what policemen is for. That is why Triple H has security guards to get Seth and Bobby off each other. Not an official who's not trained to take that kind of, hit or aggressiveness or any of that like Adam Pearce tried to do. And don't put your hands on W Superstar and don't think that they're not going to do it back. You put your hands on somebody, they got every right to put their hands on you back. The Almighty Bobby Lashley won that. You can understand the frustrations and where he's coming from and how it's put down. Just because you're a manager or boss doesn't give you the higher ranked as a human being. We all breathe the same air. We all talk the same. We all shit the same. We're all here on this earth. We're all human beings at the end of the day. And it's no different for a manager like Adam Pearce to go out there and say and do what he's want and still be a manager any more than Bobby Lashley, who is still and should be a WWE superstar. And you can understand this is when Triple H probably has to step in and let Adam Pearce know, if you're going to be a manager, you need to know how to say and do things as a manager. Just as well as Bobby Lashley being a WWE superstar. Seth Rollins is the number one contender for the United States Champion against Theory, but after that, official had no business being out there. A security guard should have been out there, because that is what they're trained to do. To take those kind of hits if they swing or they say or do anything aggressively that they can't handle. That is what security guards and policemen around is for. An official who had no business being out there and especially not doing their damn job. You can understand the frustrations. Anybody has acted that way would have done the same thing, and a lot of wrestlers in the past have done the same thing. Brock Lesnar went crazy, destroyed the whole damn, Brock Lesnar threw the whole damn announcement table on the announcers, and still got a WWE Championship opportunity. Stone Cold Steve Austin beat one of the announcers up, giving him a black eye to J. Cole, and still won the Royal Rumble afterwards. Triple H is one of the people that used to go back and forth between the boss and the wrestlers, like with Roman Reigns and Mr. McMahon and him and Seth Rollins when he got beat by Seth Rollins at WrestleMania. So Adam Pearce, being a former wrestler, should know any more that as the next guy that you don't put your hands on somebody. Don't expect them to put their hands on your back, no matter who you are or who you think you are. You put your hands on somebody and they put your hands on you, they had every right to self-defend themselves, and that doesn't matter who you are, as a manager, as a boss, or what you think you are. It doesn't put you as a higher rank. It doesn't make you a higher person. And it doesn't make you, oh, I'm the king, you have to kiss my ass to be below me. Because at the end of the day, we're all human beings and we're all, breathe the same way, bleed the same, shit the same. And at the end of the day, you had no business doing it. This is where Triple H needs to let Adam Pearce know if you're going to be a manager or a wrestler. Because if that's the case, Triple H can run both Raw and SmackDown as a manager, and Adam Pearce can get his ass whooped as a WWE superstar by the almighty Bobby Lashley. Just like when Seth did the Triple H, Triple H was a boss, and Seth said, hey, you got a problem with me, we're going to do a wrestling match at WrestleMania, and that's what he did. They did it professionally. So that's what Adam Pearce needs to go up there and do, and realize what he needs to do. Instead of, going back and forth, I'm the boss, you're the superstar, that doesn't work. Or you're an employee or whatever. That's not how you run things, not how you do things, and you should know that. And that's not the first time that Adam Pearce has done that, because Adam Pearce unprofessionally went out there and called Ronda Rousey a bitch. Of course Ronda Rousey's going to tear your arm off your body. And then he goes and puts his hands on Bobby Lashley. Of course Bobby Lashley's going to push you, and he didn't even hurt you. He just did it to say, you know what? You're not going to put your hands on me. Get off of me. Hey, get away from me. Your official had no business out there. The security guard should have been out there. So as far as that goes, Triple H needs to be like, hey, you know what? Make your decision. You're going to be a wrestler or you're going to be a manager. But you can't be both, and you can't play both in the middle. Now this is the best moment of the almighty Bobby Lashley that I just wanted to show on there. I just wanted to exurb on here real fast for the rest of this podcast. The almighty. This looks like a Godzilla match here. The almighty Bobby Lashley is already 3-time United States champion, WWE champion, Intercontinental champion. He served in the military. He's been dominant on both Raw and SmackDown, and been a part of the Hurt Business dominated. He's letting Adam Pearce know if you want to fight, you get in that match and you fight. Just like Triple H and Stephanie McMahon did when they had a problem with the superstar. They didn't play both cards. When Triple H had a problem with Roman Reigns, what did he do? He got out of that suit, he got in wrestling clothes, and he fought Roman Reigns like a man. Roman Reigns beat him at WrestleMania, but he took it like a man. Seth Rollins beat him at WrestleMania, but he took it like a man. Stephanie McMahon versus Nikki Bella, and Brie Bella allowed, Stephanie to win over Nikki Bella, that whole situation, but she did it like a woman. Just like with Ronda Rousey and Kurt Angle at the mixed tag team match. She trained and did the work and handled her business. That's what Adam Pearce needs to do. Take that suit off, go train, get your superstar outfit on, and take Bobby Lashley on. Adam Pearce versus Bobby Lashley as a WWE superstar professionally. Then you could be a boss and he could be a wrestler, because you already did there, done that. just like the other bosses and wrestlers have done. But you can't play both cards. This is where the almighty Bobby Lashley in the Hurt Business you see against The Miz. He's won. He's three-time United States champion, Intercontinental champion, WWE champion, Universal champion. I believe he's won Elimination Chamber or Royal Rumble, one of the two. Not the Royal Rumble, but he's been dominating in it. And he's beat like Brock Lesnar for it and Drew McIntyre's and the Hurt Business. Like Cedric Alexander, who was a part of that Benjamin. Kurt Angle, who used to be part of Raw's general manager. Well, what goes up must go down for a mighty spine buster. This is pure domination. And the almighty Bobby Lashley has put The Miz to sleep to be WWE champion. These are two gladiators just destroying each other. And each other very much as a tag team partner, as a group, as wrestlers and competitors for a title match and opportunity. Got her locked in tight. WWE champion over The Miz, making him go to sleep, and now he's all over Drew McIntyre. Even with this distraction, MPV didn't work though. McIntyre's power and strength fighting out of the hurlock to Bobby Lashley only made Bobby Lashley put even more power and wear down on the back of the neck of Drew McIntyre's. Bobby Lashley has made Drew McIntyre's pass out to the hurt lock, much as he made The Miz tap out to the hurt lock to be WWE champion both times. Still WWE champion with Drew McIntyre, like I said, one WWE champion with The Miz, like I was said, in the Lumberjack match, and part of the Hurt Business, which MPV was out there with Cedric and Benjamin, who he's beat when he didn't want to be a part of that, along with Drew McIntyre and Jinder Mahal. I did believe it was Jinder Mahal or Drew McIntyre and him that was part of it before. Let alone him against Xavier Woods and the New Day in a Hell in a Cell match. Going toe to toe with Goldberg. Much like Brock Lesnar and Goldberg at SummerSlam did. So that would be all there is need to be said and done and known of this podcast as far as I go, making sure, I didn't miss anything as far as then I don't think I did and I didn't. but I'm gonna double check before I head out here, just to be safe than sorry. Raw results, Raw results video, SmackDown results video, added character after the bell, Raw and SmackDown, they're exclusive. Now, to end this, I'm gonna show. I think I'm gonna save this for next time. I got a rapping video on here called Queen Rap. I think I'll save this for my next podcast for you guys to check out. So, anyways, thank you guys for watching. Like, share, subscribe on both Instagram and YouTube, and enjoy. Krazy K is out, and I will see you guys next time. Let's see, tomorrow's Friday Night SmackDown, so either tomorrow or Saturday, Sunday, one of those 3 days, I will see you guys again for my half an hour this past week's podcast. So I'll see you guys there. Watch, like, share, subscribe, follow, and check out my Triple Threat podcast, this half an hour podcast, and all that. And by tomorrow, Saturday, Sunday, one of those 3 days, with Christmas Eve and Christmas up and stuff, I'll get my half an hour podcast out for you guys. Krazy K is out. See ya.